Hi there, this is Pranay from DBS Diary. I hope you are doing great today. So, in today's session, we are going to talk about Sybase replication and how do we subscribe or how do we create the subscription when we have to use dump marker. So, in the previous session, we talked about having replication definition and subscription, and we did not initialize anything, right? Without materialization, and then it was a blank database. Now that is not the case in the real environment, right? You already have a source. Now you have to have a target, right? So you need to dump and load the database on the target server. So then how do we actually do it? So that is something which we are going to see today. Okay, so let me start the recording. I already gave the heads up in the previous session, which is the one that we are going to cover. So this is the one for the dump marker, and then second one, like next one, we will cover when we have to exclude few tables and include few tables in the replication. So that also we will cover. Afterwards, we will talk about. This is part of MSA. After that, we will talk about replication for table level, and then warm standby as well. Okay, so let us start. So I have my lab ready. So as we saw in the previous session, we have to have a replication server running, which should be configured, right? Then how do we create the connection, and then how do we create replication definition and subscription, right? So in this particular case, what we are going to do is we have a source which is AAC1, and the source database is RepDB, and we already have target database which was RepDB, and then we are going to create another database which will be initialized with the data from the source to target, and then we will see how does that actually work when we create subscription. So in this particular case, we will not need to create the replication definition because it's already there. So here actually how it will work means you will have that MSA, like multi-site availability, right? So one source and you will have multiple target. In our case, it's a lab, so we will have only one server. However, in your case, if you want, you can have this you can say have this replication running on multiple target servers, okay, but it will be having same replication definition. Okay, so let us start. So I have opened multiple session here. So this is the one which is for the source. Let me minimize them first of all, so that there will be less confusion. You will be using most of the windows because we need to run multiple things, right? So let's start with the first. So here echo $Sybase. So this is OPT SAP, which means ASC1. Okay, so before we do anything, what we will do is we will create the database on the target. At the source, it's not needed because we already have database. So we are going to create that on the target, and then we will have to add the connection into the replication server. Okay. Now in our case, since we are using same like target server, we don't need to add those entries into our interface file. However, in your case, if it's different target, different server, then you should add them into the interface file. So on the source, we don't need to do anything. Let's go to target server. So echo $Sybase. This is our target server. So let's log in here. ISQ -s ASC2 -USA. Okay. So now what we are planning to do is we'll create a new database here. We'll take the dump from source and then we'll restore it here. Okay. Before doing dump and load, we'll just create, and then we'll create the connection on the RS server, on the replication server. Okay. So I have the command ready to create the device. So let me use that. /rs underscore init. And now what we have to do is we have to add that connection. Okay, no need to do anything on the replication definition side. We just need to do on the replication connection side, then subscription side. Okay, so let's do create a server, configure a server product. In the next session, I will also talk about creating connection using command. Okay, so this is done. One. Okay, so install a new replication server. No, it's not needed. Second is what we need to use. So add the database to the replication system. 2. Continue, complete. This is all done. So let's do yes now and let us see. That is fine. Yes, yes, continue, and let us see, it exists. Yes, okay, so it's installing the objects now. So it is done, I think. So now if you come here and if you do sp_help, you should have those RS objects. Okay, so you can see it's all created. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to create subscription using dump marker. Then we'll take dump on the source and then we'll restore it here. Okay, so now if you do admin who is down, or now we have the connection here, right? So let's log in to the server now. Okay, so let's exit from here. Okay, so ISQL -s rep -usa -w. I should have used -j as well, so that will not give that error, not error, the warning. Now if you do admin who, you will see that we will have one connection which is for dump_marker db, which was not there before. Okay, so now if you do admin who is down, okay, nothing is down. Now what we have to do is we have to take the dump, we have to define the subscription, then we'll take a dump on the source and then we'll restore it. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's come here, ISQL -s ASC1 -usa -w. Okay, so we'll take the dump of repdb because repdb is the source, right? So what we'll do is dump database rep, it's repdb, I think, sp_help db. Okay, so it is repdb, yes, dump database repdb to /opt/sap/data/repdb underscore dump underscore 2025 0322 dot dat. Okay, so let's take the dump here and let's see it started. So now let us see, and you see here, you saw that how things changed here, placing marker in ASC, this one repdb log. Okay, and dump marker is shut down. Okay, so dump is completed. Now what we have to do is you have to load the database on the target server. Okay, so let's go to target now. So before we do that, let's copy the file name. Okay, completely. Now let us go here. So use master. Okay, load database dump_marker db from, sorry, it didn't copy, reset. Okay, so load database dump_marker db from, I remember that, opt sap data repdb underscore dump underscore 2025 0322 dot dat. Let us verify the path. Opt sap data repdb underscore dump underscore 2025 0322 dot dat. Yes, let's close this, it's already there, and let's see, the load will start now. Okay, so it is done. So online database dump_marker db. Okay, so now what will happen is this will bring it online and threads will still remain down. Okay, so use dump_marker db. Okay, and sp underscore, we don't need to remove the user because it's not there. Add alias. Okay, it will be dump_marker db underscore ment, right, dbo. Yes, it's done. So now we can come and we can resume the connection, and it is started, it is not down. Okay, so now it's replicating here, right? So data, I mean, whatever what all things you had on the source, if you want to validate that, so use repdb, okay, select star from sys objects where type is equal to u. So it will give you all the table. So you see 7 rows are there. Now you go here, use, you are already there in the database. So select star from sys objects where type is equal to u. So you see 7. So all the objects whichever was there, that has come here. I mean, this is not a magic. We have taken dump and restored. So now what is the important thing is to see the replication is working or no. Okay. So for that, what we'll do is we have the replication now, right? So now admin who is down, nothing will be down right now. Connection we have already talked about. So admin who, if we do, we'll see all the connection here. So ASA2.dump marker DB, and for testing this I had like one more database which I had created before, okay, before really showing that to you guys. So if you want to see now how things are on the replication definition side, so you can do rs_help db rep, and you will see that now this source has got 3 targets, okay. The first one that we showed you in the first session, repdb, second one target db, which I just did before this lab, and then dump_marker db. So now if you do anything on the source which is on the ASE1 repdb, that has to replicate to all 3 databases, okay. We will show that. This is the source, yes. So create table, okay, let's check the error log. If it has gone down, doesn't seem to be like it has gone down. So now let's go to target. So now what we'll do is there are 3 options we can do, okay. So it will not give any data because we didn't do any insert, but it should actually work. Let's see. So you can see all 3 databases are having this object, okay. Now let us insert the data. This is the source, okay. So 5 transactions are done. Now this is the target, and let's run this and put go, and you will see that all 3 databases are having this rows inserted. So data is getting replicated from source to target, okay. Now in the next session we will also talk about how to see the queue, how it is, I mean, suppose something is not committed, it's an open transaction, how do we actually see that in the SQT, and then how do we make sense of SQM, and also we'll cover, like as you mentioned before, so include table and exclude table, and then also table level replication, okay. So part of this will be available for free, but the complete session will not be free. You have to pay some amount, and then this will be like complete video will be, you can watch that, okay. So that should be pretty much of it. Do let me know in case of any question, okay. Thank you very much, appreciate your time, thank you.